What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel and I'm T Busy. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to properly clean a semi-automatic pistol. We'll discuss the frequency on cleaning it, the supplies you need, and an in-depth review and process on how to properly and safely clean your semi-automatic pistol. So with that said, let's get to it. Cleaning your firearm for the first time can definitely be an intimidating experience, but if you follow my steps, I promise we'll make it very easy. It's important to clean your firearm after any time you use it. When I say anytime you use it, I mean after the fact. So for example, if you're at the gun range, when you get home, clean the gun. If you're out competition shooting with your friends, when you get home, clean the gun. Or any other example of that. And my reason for telling you this is because should an emergency arise, you want to make sure your firearm is in good working condition. To properly clean your gun, you're going to need a few supplies. The first thing you're going to need is gun cleaner, gun lube or gun oil, cleaning patches, a few Q-tips, gun cleaning brushes, a gun cleaning rod, a bore brush, this is for a 9mm, a bore jag, and an old rag to finish cleaning up. Once you have all this, you can then begin to clean your gun. The first thing you want to do when you get the gun is to rack the slide, inspect it visually, even stick my finger in there if need be to check the mag well, and then I'll dry fire in a safe direction. Now, every gun you get will be different. If you own a SIG, this is how to take down a SIG and field strip it. If you own a Glock or a Smith & Wesson, a Ruger, whatever the case may be, refer to your manual to properly field strip it. So for the SIG, you're gonna bring this takedown lever right here. You're gonna pull this back, and now you're gonna disassemble this. You're gonna take out the guide rod, take out the barrel, the slide, and now they're all separate. First thing I like to do is start with the barrel right here. So I'm gonna take some of the Hops gun cleaner and I'm going to clean a little bit of this right here. I'm gonna clean the outside here. Right in here a little bit. And I'm gonna let this work. I'll put a little bit more gun cleaner on this. So now it's wet. I'll put my bore jag here. Put this on here. And I'll slide this down in. And now this is soaked and I'll let it sit to the side. Here, I'm not really doing much. I'll wipe this down like this. Not much again done here. I'll take another cleaning patch and just clean the spring and put it to the side. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna clean all this carbon off here. And again, one of the things that people think is you have to have this completely perfect, but that's really not the case. I just like to, again, get a lot of it off and see what all I can get off in. I'll use a little bit of this just to scrape off some of the stubborn parts that may have carbon on it. And one of the things is a lot of the ammo that's manufactured now really doesn't do harm to the gun, so it's not that important if you can't get all of it off, but just do the best you can. And that looks good. Looks like I got a lot of it off. It's starting to become dry. And I'll put this to the side until later. Next thing you want to work on is the slide. The slide, again, one thing I like to do personally is I put just a little bit of gun cleaner on here and I just go through it here just to start getting it, because there is a lot of carbon buildup through the slide and multiple points of it. One of the big areas is right here. So this metal part I like to clean. Then I'll take my brush again and I'll start going. And I'll clean this off. Put a little more gun cleaner, as there are some spots that are a little bit harder. And I'll use the Q-tips to get some of these areas that are a little bit harder to get. And again, I like to clean this out as best as possible. This is a high carbon area, as you can see. Clean there. I'll clean right here. I may use just anything to push this through, just to, again, get as much of this carbon off as we can. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Just want to make sure we get our working parts done. Now, me personally, this is where the old rag comes in for me. And this is nothing special. It's actually a rag of when my son was born, and the hospital gave us a bunch of these to take home, and he's clearly outgrown these now, so now I can use these to clean my firearms with. Definitely something, if you can see here, that is a lot cleaner than where we've started. And now, as you can see, everything is just about clean. And we're set there. We'll set this aside. Okay. Now that we are done cleaning the slide, done cleaning our lower part of the handgun, we will move on, or should I say move back to the barrel. So with the barrel, now that we've had that solvent sitting there for a while, I like to go back and I now put on my brush that I had before. And this is the wired bore brush. And I like to go through this once, twice, 3, we'll go 10 times, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we've just about scraped all the carbon that may still be stuck on there. I like to put my board jag back on. And I'm not gonna use any of the cleaner this time, but I'm gonna take the clean patches and I'm gonna just push these through. And when I pull this out, you'll see there's carbon there. I'll recycle it, just put the dirty side inside out and go back through it. As you see, I'll put another one through. As I'm going through it, it's getting cleaner and cleaner. Put this back through. And as you can see from this one, barely anything came out. So now I'll wipe the barrel outside here, because we did have some of the solvent there. Just clean out here, and I'm just using my fingers to clean any excess carbon there, but for the most part, we should be good here. I'll go back to my old rag just to get off anything left. Now, when you look at this and you look down here, you should see a clean barrel. So, next what we're gonna do is we need to lube the gun. I like to take just on my finger right here, and I like to just maybe 3/4 of the way lube the gun. And a little, not a lot of it, just a little oil here. I'll put some there. Next part I like to do is I like to put just 1 drop there. One down there. Oops, that one didn't get there all the way. All right, there we go. And I'll just let this honestly stand there. I'll put some on right here. I'll take a Q-tip here and just spread that out there. Put a little there, and we should be set. I'll put very little on each guide rail. Last thing I'll do is just one last measure of wiping down my spring. And a lot of these springs don't come detached like this. This being a Legion, and you can change the springs out. That's the reason why this spring comes loose. But my other P320, which I probably should have used, has the spring and guide rod attached. So now that we have lubed the gun, we are ready to start putting it back together. Put that there. Put this here, and this one is a little bit harder than most of them because the rod is there, but not that big of a problem. Attach the gun back. Make sure you just reassemble it the way you just assembled it. Now we are all set. As you see, it runs. I'll do a dry fire, and we're good. Last thing I want to do is I will just clean off the gun, any excess oil. Make sure, you know, the gun isn't dripping oil, because I did miss a few spots of the point of contacts and it dripped over. So just want to clean off any of that excess oil. But right now the gun is looking a lot cleaner. Me personally, I need to clean off my optic sight. And there you have it. The gun is now oiled, now clean. I like the way it sounds. I think we're good. And that's how you properly clean your firearm. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video, and I'll see you next time.